Well, you're just going to miss a phenomenal feature because I haven't had time to give him enough praise and accolades. But please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our feature tonight for Dave Gecic. Get out of here! Woo! Oh my God! You have to take him home with me.
Your husband will get upset.
Oh.
Does he work like that all the time at home?
Oh, yeah, well, you don't know how, yeah, never mind. Oh, lovely.
No smoking? I'm driving down the road, and I look in this car next to me, and there's this black-haired... I'll do that later. I'm going to open up with the crosses, because I'm not sure Anna heard it, and I'm not sure Robin heard it. This is called Remember the Crosses.
Yeah, woo!
I know Bob likes it, but Bob, no. In the desert Southwest, they use small white crosses by the roadside to mark the spot of a tragic death, a traffic accident, or someone who died of exposure. I'm sure driver education teachers scowl and point to the side of the road saying, "Remember the crosses. Here in the Midwest, we are less sentimental. The holes in our guardrails are repaired nearly overnight." There's an old woman at the Cactus Bar and Grill. She inhales deeply on her schnapps. Her life is lonely and sad. She picks up her purse, slinging it over her shoulder like it was a cross of Jesus Christ himself. She walks stiff-legged to the door, and her life is so tragic that little white crosses appear everywhere she goes, following her home and springing up like needles on the floor that she paces at night. Across that sad, dry country, there is so much misery that the very earth of the desert moans, creating a resonance in every roadside, which sends a signal across the rest of the nation which says, "Remember the crosses," making crosses appear throughout the land like mushrooms on your lawn. Bare one day, there the next. Everywhere there's a hint of tragedy. A little white cross springs from the earth like Arlington National Cemetery, gone mad. I look and I find myself surrounded by a sea of many crosses. The names, dates, places, all familiar to me. Echoing in my head, there is one phrase, "Remember the crosses." Although I close my eyes and ears, I hear, "Remember the crosses." And before me, a shady and indistinct cross appears with my name and place of birth written on it, waiting for me. I want to run away. I want to make this magical vision that allows me to see the pain and suffering of the world fade away. You see, I've always wanted to make some place where people could come and hang their crosses by the door, a place where sadness and tragedy cannot penetrate. But this is something that I cannot do, for I was born in the Midwest, and in the Midwest, we are less sentimental. Amerigo Vespucci bleeds upon his map. It is only a paper cut. It is not an omen. I did not put this blood here.
Oh.
Okay, new bitter stuff. You were the one who castrated me. I just cut the last little bit off, the part that was just hanging by a thread, just so it wouldn't get infected. It's Charlie Newman style.
Take a bow, Charlie.
He's speechless.
Are you cold, she says. Are you cold, she says, looking from her window, holding a sweater, as I sit in the dying garden, my lost love? No, I feel nothing. You are the cold one.
Oh, whoa. Wow. Twitter-like poems. Woo!
The fields we once walked are dead and dying. No one cares for them anymore. They are brown and brittle. I keep grasping at love straws, pulling up handfuls and handfuls, but I find that what remains can nourish nothing. I'm sleeping on a bed of nails. Spikes jab at me at every opportunity. No wonder you won't sleep with me anymore on my bed of nails. You fear to become stuck, like those little balls you toss against Velcro. I wake in the morning with impressions on my skin. It creates quite an interesting pattern. Seems to spell your name in tiny bits of dried blood. Love is such a strange thing in this world of ours. To have that connection, to even desire that connection with another is something unnatural. I want to be a Siamese twin, connected at the hip with someone, or sharing some vital organ, perhaps a heart. Now that would be a different experience. I want to be a Siamese twin, give myself a reason to be dependable, give someone a reason to be civil, be close to me, and wake in the morning at my side. I want to be a Siamese twin. I don't care who stares anymore. A freak of nature, a monster, malformed, deformed, and unnaturally happy. Scoldinata. Mi cuerpo, te quiere tocar. Estos manos, nunca pueden tocar una diosa. Es inútil. Yo escribo un poema del amor en una lengua que no conoces, porque entre nosotros nada, y esto no es importante que yo te lo diga.
All right.
Sorry about my You didn't understand that poem because of my pronunciation. It was actually in English. It's called Stone Children. Now I can mellow out a little bit. I got a little frustration now. I understand Charlie Newman. You were the one who castrated me! I only cut off the last little bit that was hanging by a thread just so it wouldn't get infected. Fuck you.
There you go.
Stone Children. All of my children have died or will never be born. Let us be artists together, and let us make stone children out of the rocks and pebbles which lie on the ground around us. Let us make stone children, little quiet happy creatures that have no care in the world except to be stone, and we will have no expectations of them except to be stone. Their features will be worn by our fingers carefully, lovingly. We will carve them together, you an arm, me a nose. You will give them wisdom, I will give them ambition. You will give them beauty, I will give them strength. We will hold them to our ears and breathe life on them until we hear their tiny heartbeats. Let us make stone children, children that will stay young, that will stay happy. Let us paint smiles on their faces, give them beautiful eyes, give them strong bodies that will not fail as they grow old and will last longer than you or I.